a long time. Life has been totally crazy between my professional life and my personal life. It's just been insane, and trying to find time to film has been a nightmare. But in that time though, I haven't forgotten about you or my love for filming. It's given me some time though to think about kind of what I want my channel to be and plan out some videos. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing more of are product reviews. Those seem to have gone over really, really well, and honestly, they're one of my favorite things to do. They're one of my favorite types of videos to watch. And I don't think that there are enough unbiased reviews out there on YouTube. So much is sponsored or meant to be a commercial, and you can kind of tell from the tone, and I always click past those. I really enjoy watching ladies like Emily Noel 83 and Guru Beauty, who really give completely unbiased, unvarnished, well-tested, well thought out reviews on their products. And I am by no means saying that I'm going to be them, but I'm saying I'm inspired by them, and I want to contribute to that type of review video that's out there on YouTube. Plus, I got lots of opinions, and so I really enjoy sharing my opinions. I am avid on any shopping website that I'm a part of. I always do product reviews on there. It's kind of one of my favorite things to do. I don't know what's wrong with me, but it is. And so I'm going to be doing a lot more of those. And they are among the most viewed videos on my channel. So clearly people like watching them. Other people like watching those too. So I'm going to be doing more of those. And that's what today's video is going to be. But like I said, since I've had this kind of hiatus from filming, I do have a lot more on tap, and we'll be sharing at the end of this video. I'll be sharing kind of a sneak peek of some of the other videos that I have on tap for y'all. So without further ado, let's get into today's video, which is, as you can tell from the title, is a review of the new L'Oreal Pro-Matte, is that what it's called? Infallible Pro-Matte Foundation. Now, this stuff was hyped up mega on YouTube. And as an oily skin girl and a long-wearing foundation lover, I was super excited about something that I could get from the drugstore that would perform the way that these ladies on YouTube were saying that it performed for them. Spoiler alert. That's my general opinion of this foundation. I have found a way to make it work kind of for me, which I'll explain later, but for now, let's just dive right into the pros and cons. I'm going to start with the packaging. Now, I really think that this type of packaging is excellent for foundations. My Estee Lauder Double Wear Light is in a foundation like this, as is CoverGirl's Ready Set Gorgeous, which actually reminds me of Estee Lauder Double Wear Light in a lot of ways. So when I saw this packaging, I was super excited, because I just feel like foundation should either come in one of these or it should come with a pump. Like the whole bottle and tipping it on your hand thing, why? That's just stupid. So A for packaging as far as the to-be design for dispensing the product. One thing that I don't like about the packaging is this window right here. It's frosted. So you think you're seeing what the foundation actually looks like, but you're not, because it's frosted. So it's actually, it makes it look like the foundation is a tad bit darker than it is in reality. So that's not great. If you're gonna have a window to be able to see the color of the foundation through your packaging, then it should be a true to color window, not a frosted, makes it look darker window. The next issue that I had with this was the shade range. Now, they really didn't have very many. I want to say maybe 10. With very few exceptions, I'm typically the second to lightest in the shade range. So not the lightest, but the one right next door. So that's what I picked up the first time that I went to the store. And I paid my $14 for this foundation, which is pricey, but I was like, okay, well, if it works as well as my Estee Lauder Double Wear Light, then it's a bargain, so I wasn't too concerned about the price at that point. So I brought the second to lightest shade home and I put it on, and it was way too dark for me. It didn't look that way through the packaging, but I don't know if it's just, it oxidized. I don't know if it oxidized or what, but when I put it on my skin, it was like, you know, I was matching like orange tan or something. It was so dark. It was ridiculous. So I brought that one back and I got the lightest shade, which is this one. It's 101 Classic Ivory, and it was way too light. So that was kind of frustrating. You know, if I'm going to spend $13, $14 on a foundation at the drugstore, but I have to buy 2 of them and mix them together to get a decent shade match for myself, I might as well go ahead and buy a high-end foundation at that point. You know, it's just kind of silly. I've never had that happen to me before with foundations. So the shade range thing, not only is it difficult to find your match because of the packaging, but there's so much disparity between the shades that it's, at least it has been from my experience, has been that, you know, the lightest shade is too light and the second to lightest shade is too dark. So it's, yeah, that wasn't good. On to application. Now, I tried everything with this foundation. I had been using this brush, which you can tell, I've been using it every day. It is a Zoeva Duo Fiber Stippling Brush. I love this because it applies the foundation in light layers, so it's easy to build up over the areas that I need more coverage without it getting cakey. So I have used this with every other foundation that I have, and it works beautifully with everything except this one. It applied horribly. It sunk into my pores. It was patchy. It was just, and it didn't really cover, you know, like I have rosacea, so I have redness here. I wore this and I felt like it highlighted my flaws. So I went the entire day with this foundation on, and every time I checked my makeup in the mirror, all I saw were the things that I hate about my skin. And that was just a really discouraging day. I don't advise doing that. But anyway, like I said, I tried it with this brush. I tried it with a flat top kabuki. I tried it with the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I tried it with the Zoeva Silk Finish Brush, which is kind of the same thing as the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I tried it with the Real Techniques Buffing Brush. And none of those worked, which was really frustrating. And then finally I tried it with this Real Techniques sponge, which I love, which is amazing, and it did the best job. This was the day that I actually wore it to work, and it was the day that all I saw were my flaws. The other thing that they say about this foundation is that it has a demi-matte or a semi-matte finish. No, demi-matte finish. No. It made my face look so dry. It clung to, and I have oily skin. I do not have combination skin, I have oily skin. But somehow when I put this on, it looked like I had dry patches on my face. It was the most bizarre thing. I have never had another foundation do that before ever. So this is not, Estee Lauder Double Wear Light is demi-matte. CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous is demi-matte. This is not demi-matte. They say the coverage is medium. I would say that's pushing it. Yeah, no, I would say this is a very light coverage foundation. It also, like I said, sunk into my pores and it created dry patches on my face. So yeah, not a fan. However, I did, as I mentioned at the beginning, I did find a way to make this work, and it was only because I couldn't find the receipt, so I couldn't return it. So what I did, and I don't know what made me think of this other than I had this Garnier BB cream in my foundation drawer. It is actually too dark for me, and even though it says it's for combination to oily skin, it didn't last long enough by itself on me because of the type of skin that I have. So I decided, since this one was too dark and a little not enough oil control-y for me, and this one was too light and made my face look like the Sahara Desert, if I combine the two, then maybe I might be able to make it work and not have a $14 foundation from the drugstore sitting in my drawer that I can't use and that I don't want to give to anybody because it's crap. So what I did was I combined these two. What I do is I typically will do like a 60-40 ratio of the Garnier 60%, the L'Oreal 40%, mix them up with the bottom of an eyeshadow brush, and then apply it with a dampened, really well wrung out Real Techniques sponge. And that actually works. I get a decent finish. It lasts all day. I wore this out to a crawfish boil out in the heat, and it lasted just fine. Again, like I said, the only problem is that if I don't get the ratio exactly right, like I did yesterday, then it doesn't look good, and all I'm seeing are my flaws. I would not recommend this foundation. It's almost none of the things that it says it is. It is not demi-matte. It is not medium coverage, and it does not give you a flawless finish. On top of that, it is a pain in the butt to apply. You know, I went through 5 brushes and a sponge before I got any sort of decent application, and then I had to mix it with another foundation to get a good shade range, and to get enough coverage in it. So yeah, I would not recommend this foundation to anyone. I've been making this work strictly on principle. Yeah, it kind of got to a point where it was like I was on a mission. You know, I was gonna make this work because I spent $14 on drugstore foundation, and it gets 2 huge thumbs down for me. I have been wearing it for about a month, primarily because I wanted to test it out fully. I wanted to try it with different things, different primers. Don't even try wearing a primer with this thing, because it doesn't work well with primers either. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Don't recommend it. If you have a different experience or have some questions about anything that I missed, please leave those down in the comments. I'll be happy to hear your thoughts or answer any other questions that you might have. I hope you found this review, you know, entertaining or informative, or, you know, if nothing else, it made you feel better about your life because you don't struggle with foundation the way that I do. If so, please consider giving this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I do have a bunch more review videos coming up, and I'm going to give y'all a sneak peek. And then after, I have a giveaway. So stay tuned for 2 more minutes to see those things. Okay, so some of the things that I'm going to be reviewing over the next, I guess, month or so would be these contour palettes. I have another one that I'm going to include in this review that I already returned. So spoiler alert, it's the Anastasia. Also going to be talking about these Zoeva brushes that are my life. I love them so much. They're so good. They're from Germany. They're amazing. I've been using them every day, as you can tell. They're awesome. I'm not only going to be doing a review on these, but I'm also going to be talking about the ordering process, which I think is important because they are coming from Germany. So there'll probably be 2 videos on these babies. And then I'm going to be talking about brow gel, brow mascara, these drugstore versions. One of them I absolutely love, one of them not so much. So we'll be talking about these. And then over on my Instagram, I'm going to be doing a giveaway of these Milani matte lipsticks. I have 3 of them, and they're beautiful. There's Matte Naked, Matte Bliss, and Matte Confident. It's a nude, a pink, and a red, and they're gorgeous, and they feel amazing. I'm not a fan of the original Milani lipsticks, but these are amazing. So I'm going to be giving those away. My Instagram is Instagram-diary-of-a-silly-woman, and so you'll need to hop over there to see how to win these. I'll be posting that link the same time this video goes live, so if you're watching this, head over to Instagram and you could win some lipsticks. Yeah, I think that's about everything I've covered. I intended for this to be really quick and short. I'm not sure it will be. That's pretty much par for the course with me, because as a talker. But anyway, I hope y'all are doing well. Again, please consider giving this video a thumbs up, leaving me some comments down there in the comments section, and subscribing to the channel. It would make me do a little happy dance. Until next time, y'all take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye!